Yeah, welcome to this broadcast of an ICC simultaneous event. It is about to start. I'm going to play 20 ICC members. At the moment, I think we have 14 or 15. So if you are watching and you have not joined yet, yeah, give it a go. You're going to play me with a 60-minute time control, 30-second increment. So it will be a good rapid time control game, a bit longer than that. And yeah, you can late join, right? Even when we start. Oh, I get the first game going here. Let's see what happens. I have to readjust my screen a little bit. Yeah, first game here. I've got white, and oops, yeah, I'm going to start with various opening moves. Going to be flexible there. Play every solid move that is available there. Let's go a bit of d4, bit of e4, bit of knight f3. I won't play the crazy stuff. I simply don't. I just randomly put out the moves here, not looking at my opponent's rating or anything. I've got white in all the games. I'm not sure if there is a way to do it differently. Yeah, so okay, so we have the first reply here by Books Are Nice. No, I've got a new joiner here with white, so I have to dash out this move first. Yeah, okay, you've got a French defense here. Okay, d4, not much to think about. Oops, and a new game starting. Yeah, kind of a bit of a jumping around at this time. Knight f3 here. Yeah, and here there's not much to think about. Yeah, let's go g3. This is what they play a lot nowadays. And here we don't have any defined opening yet. Yeah, knight f3, g6. This is a interesting move. If you play the King's Indian or the Grünfeld, this is in fact a funny line. It's a bit difficult in this time control to explain the finer details, but we come to some of those maybe later. Right now I just have to dash out the moves, the first opening moves that are pretty much all standard. Yeah, okay, this guy played the Petrov defense, and I'm going to decline it with knight c3. Yeah, here we complete the Fear and Shadow, and here we might get a Benoni or Benko gambit. Yeah, the Slav. And what to do here? Yeah, probably the Ruy Lopez. It's, oops, I got a new joiner here. Jumped to this game. Yeah, I guess we are almost complete here. Let's see, maybe you get a Nimzo here, another French defense, and here maybe I'm going for, what can I do? Let's do the Italian game. Yeah, here we got the Tarrasch variation of the French defense, and here just the normal stuff. Yeah, if I start to explain long complicated stuff right here, I'm going to lose on time in every game. I have to get going, at least at the beginning. Okay, I've got a Slav. I'm going to play Queen c2 here, a Nimzo, and yeah, need to be quick here. Yeah, you see, I didn't do much, and I'm already a bit behind on the clock here. So, symmetrical English, and a Sicilian, that's good. Yeah, what am I going to do here? Do I want to play complicated stuff? Let's do that. Let's go for the Evans Gambit, yes. Okay, so we got this French here, and again, another c5 type of position. The King's Indian, yeah. Wide variety of things. Yeah, here I'm going to play the check on b5. We have c5 against the classical Nimzo. Yeah, many games. 20 games is quite a lot. Okay, Rexter, he declined the Evans Gambit. That's a very conservative choice. But how do you play here with white? I know a bit of the accepted because I can get this with black, but with white, I believe a4 is the right move, but not quite sure. Yeah, here we have the Reti Gambit, the Reti opening in a Gambit form. Black has snatched on c4. I'm going to castle here and probably won't see this pawn ever again. But it is a Gambit, so nothing to worry about. Classical King's Indian here. And I got the Banco, so I'm going to take that, I guess. It's the most principled way to play. That looks like a mainline Rui taking shape. And here we have the Scotch Four Knights. Yeah, here we have a Benoni, a modern Benoni. One Rossolimo. Yeah, that's nice. Here we have a Queen's Gambit declined exchange variation. Let's see what we get here. It's evergreen opening. Ah yeah, here my opponent has played g6 against the Queen c2 line in the Slav. White's normal idea with Queen c2 is to get bishop f4 and e3 out, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, this is the main line here of the Tarrasch. Yeah, this guy seems to know some theory. This is all. Knight bd7 is the main move, and he's playing it very quickly. Okay, I'm taking the Banco Gambit. Queen's Gambit declined. yeah, need to be quick at the beginning to not lose too much time. Okay, that's an interesting line. b6. This is something that I have played myself, actually, when I was playing the French defense regularly. Bishop to a6 is a pretty interesting idea. Trying to get this somewhat bad bishop out. Knight h3 is interesting. Getting to knight to f4 later. Okay, here knight a6 in the King's Indian. Yeah, just castling is good. Here I'm playing a4, trying to harass him with a5. Yeah, Queen's Gambit declined exchange. Yeah, here a5, yes. I think this is how it's played. b5, I have to go. Yeah, and I keep losing time here. This is the nature of the simultaneous event. So I have to be quick, not to come into huge time trouble. Okay, I think bishop g5 is right here. Another King's Indian, and here I'm trying to get the pawn back. Yep. Yeah, b5, at least that's easy. Not much else than bishop b3. And here I'm going to castle, I believe. Yes. Okay, bishop g4. How is this played? Is it d5 here? I think it's d5. I'm not quite sure here. Or I can play h3 actually. There's nothing wrong with that, I believe. h3, bishop takes d4. There's no tactic. Yeah, so play h3. And here we have the Scotch Four Knights. He's going bishop c5. This is Aronian's line. I think bishop e3 is right here. And here e5. E5 looks quite dangerous for black. I might get the bishop to c4 and play a quick f4. I think I start with d3. This cannot be bad. And here I'm going to push d4. Okay. Yeah, bishop e7. This is a bit of an unusual move order that black chose here with b5 and bishop e7. I wonder. Okay, probably rook e1 is good. Nothing special. Yeah, I'm just going to develop bishop to e3. And here knight e5 is the move. Yeah, this guy seems to have some knowledge, or even maybe he has prepared even. Yeah, I'm kind of I'm on record for this Reti Gambit. Let's say there are games in the database. Okay, here I'm going to play queen d2, prepare long castles. And here, yeah, c3 d5 is the Marshall Gambit, which is definitely not what I want. Simply because I have no idea what to do then. Okay, I'm going to play maybe just d3 and c3. Okay, so he's going h6. So that looks like f4 should be played. Doing something on the f file, right? Yeah, that looks good. And here I'm going to just castle. Yep, recapturing is easy. Oh, g5. That looks kind of loosening. Okay, at least I only have one move, makes it easy. And, okay. Let's see. I can go d4 once. Play the open Sicilian. Okay, here I'm going to close the sender. And here, of course, he has a6. I'm going to go to c4. Trying to get against f7, right? Okay, went knight h5. He wants my bishop. Yeah. Bishops are good pieces, yeah? It's not a bad idea. Okay, I think I'm just going to play e3. Hard to do without the move. Okay, here bishop b4. That's interesting. That's an interesting line against this bishop f4 setup. Alright, he might go c5 and queen a5. This is a bit irritating. Maybe I should play queen to b3 or something. Let's just do that. Here I think c3 looks good for d4. Yeah, queen d4, right? There is no tactic, huh? Queen coming in the middle of the board, but there's nothing happening. Okay, I'm just going to develop here. Takes, okay, goes to b7 here with the bishop. Yeah, knight bd2, I guess. That looks very normal. And here I'm going to go c5 or knight c3. I think c5 should be fine. I'm sorry, guys. So e3. Yeah, well, this looks like I should do something on f7, right? Okay, I can just take e5 or I can take f7. It both looks pretty good. I think I just take. This is easier. Okay, e6 here. So he allows me to just play d4 without any kind of problem. So I'm going to do that. d4 must be good. Okay, so is it really the case that it's... Okay, here it is my move. Okay, so let's see. I can just take f7, right? And I will. Queen h5, though, is also pretty problematic. Yeah, queen h5, I think, looks very strong. Yeah, it's 20 games at once. Yeah, you're welcome to chat here on Twitch, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm kind of... there are really many games, that's true. Queen c7. I can take g5 now, right? Where is there a problem with this move? Well, I don't think so. Going to take that. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to recapture. Huh. But there are really many games at once. Yeah, here in the Rui. What am I doing here? Yeah, I have to make sure that the bishop here is not getting traded. So I have to play c3. Getting the square on c2. Okay, I'm kind of irritated here by this many games at all. I think my limited experience here shows. How do I actually organize that? It's not easy. Okay. The stream is running for about 15 minutes, so not that much. Okay, this is a fun move, b5. I think I'm just taking this, right? Okay, so what do I have here? So many, yeah, I keep. Okay, so what is this? We went back to b8 here. Haha. I can take e5 here, right? Where's the? Is there a problem? Or knight d4 is what they normally do. Knight e5. There is bishop to d4, but it's very hard to believe. Knight e5, bishop d4, bishop f7. That looks crazy. It really looks crazy. I wonder if I should just play d4 and make it simpler for me. Knight e5, bishop d4. I'm not entirely sure. Knight f7, maybe queen f6. It's really weird stuff. Come on, let's play d4. Just develop. I can still go to e5. There's no problem with that. Okay, here I'm going to take the rook, of course. Far behind on the clock here, despite I know all the moves. Just could have played them all instantly, but that's the nature of a simul. Okay, here in this, he went bishop to e7. Okay. So I can push e5 or I can push d5. On e5 he has knight takes e5. This is kind of annoying, so I'm going to go d5. Gaining the space should be good. Yeah, here b6, going for bishop d3, just developing stuff. Yeah, things are getting a little bit slower now, but still, yeah, I'm going to activate the queen here. Still many games at once. Trying to organize myself a little bit here. ED5, yes, just recapturing, having this nice advantage in space in this position. That's good. Okay, here I'm just going to recapture, and again a recapture. Okay, here knight to b4. What am I doing here? Yeah, well, the threat here on c2 is kind of clear, so I'm going just back to d1, being happy with my bishop pair. And here, that's good news. c5 was irritating me here far more, so queen takes. h6, going to drop back. And here a5, yeah, knight d2. This is an interesting moment here. My opponent allowed the ideal King's Indian setup for white in the classical. If white gets to play bishop e3, e2, knight to d2, can be very happy usually. So this is a nice position. Okay, here my opponent played d6. Books are nice. Yeah, I'm just going to complete development here with bishop e2. That's good. Okay, so here black took on d5. That looks really strange. This knight is kind of hanging. I can go knight to c4, which looks good. Yeah, let's just do that. That should be a good move. If he moves his knight, d6 is going to fall. And bishop b7, I have e4 at least. So, okay, here, this one, okay. I can play knight f3, or can do this. I would go with this knight, so I have knight e2 later. This is still almost a theoretical position. Okay, the next one. Just going to castle here. That must be good. And here knight e4. Yeah, he's attacking my queen. Where do I go? I could go to a3, maybe, to prevent castling. That looks good. Okay, so let's see if I can do something here. Black went back to b8 simply. Okay, yeah, I don't want to trade. Trading is not so great. I think I should just retreat here and keep everything on the board. Okay, this guy took on e3. Yeah. This is a funny move. I saw this move, but I wasn't really expecting him to find that, to be honest. Takes queen g3 check and queen takes g5. This is kind of crazy. But still, I have a hard time to believe that this is any good. What a crazy position. If I go knight b5, he's checking me. Okay, that's not working. Oh. Huh. What a crazy move. Okay, I'm dropping back. It's probably not the best one, but I don't want to spend even more time. Knight d7 here. He tries to go to c5. For knight d3, yeah, I guess. Okay, I'm kicking this knight back. Okay, he took it on c4. Okay. So what am I going to do? Just e3, right? I need to get the pawn back. Knight to e8. Yes, I'm going to play b4. That's the idea all along here. I think. Yep. And here knight f1, the standard Rui maneuver. Knight to f3, that looks good. And here bishop b7 was played. Yeah, what am I going to do now? It's interesting actually. I have more than one interesting move. e4, he might have a6. I wonder if there's something better. Queen a4 is also a move, threatening knight d6 double check. Not bad. But e4 looks good, yeah, so I'm going to do that. Okay, he went back to c6. Just going to develop here. Okay, so king to d7. Let's see. Okay, checking. What is this guy doing to me here? Knight d4. He keeps playing crazy moves. Okay. Let's just keep it simple. My favorite chess approach. Okay, b5. He tries to keep this pawn. I think b3 should be fine, yeah. Taking this. And here, queen to d7. Okay, I'm just going to go knight to h5. That was the idea. Here I'm grabbing the pawn. f3. Knight b5, he can play queen a5. So I'm going to castle long here. That looks fine. And okay, this guy decided to kill my pawn structure. I'm going to recapture. Here, well, knight g3 looks kind of normal. I still feel that I don't get all the games. I have some kind of automatic game switching now, but I don't get all. Okay, so let's see what I can do here. Knight to c5. Yeah, my bishop pair is good, but the structure is terrible. It really is. I'm playing 20 guys. Playing 20 people. Guys, you know, there might be some girls in there, but it doesn't look like it. Okay, knight c5. What am I going to do here? I think maybe rook to b1. Threatening on b7. Okay, here I can trade queens. I don't really want to trade queens with his king so out in the open. But come on, it's a simple way to go. Here I'm going to trade, I guess. Yeah, it looks normal. f2. Oh, g6. That's a move that I like to see. I want to get h4, h5 in. Yeah, here he took on d5. And I think this is not possible because of bishop e4. I tried to set up this little trap. Okay, so rook b8, he played it well here. What am I going to do? It's a bit awkward, this structure. I can play something like e5 here, trying to totally open up things, but it's not leading to much. It's not leading to much. Well, not easy. The idea would be like bishop d4, queen d2, trying to go to h6. But I'm not very convinced. If I go e5, knight e5, bishop c5, knight f3 check, queen f3, d takes, rook b7. That is a bit better for white. Okay, let's do that. Oops, did I just play king f1? I wanted to castle. I hope I did not play king f1 in that game. That would be very very awkward. Okay. Yeah, a6, he found this move. That's the only really playable move here. If I go back, I can go back to a3 and ask him about this knight. Maybe, let's do that. It's an interesting move. And here black still cannot castle. This is nice. He will play queen e7 probably. Okay, I'm trying to get the c4 back. Okay, here I'm taking for a simple position, which is a bit better again. There's no late entry anymore. There are 20 games running. Okay, here I can castle both sides. I think I'm going to castle short, keep it simple. Yeah, sorry, missing pawn. You can enter. There was a message on the ICC. You have to join right before it. Right before it. Okay, so this is obviously quite nice. Let's see, bishop d5 check. That looks good. Yeah, and here we're going to see this line. Yeah, this is interesting. Here my opponent is charging with g5, h5, and so on. This typical King's Indian attacking idea. But I have not castled short. This is quite important. So he's not finding a clear target on the king side. Let's see, what am I going to do here? c5 immediately, or should I prepare it? I'm not quite sure. I can play c5. I can do this also. Okay, here bishop h3. Now he was playing. Now he's playing quicker. I think rook d1 looks very logical. Yes. And here I'm taking b7, right? For the exchange. That was the idea, that I will win the exchange. Yeah, and here rook b7 was my idea. Thinking that I'm slightly better. Okay, here I'm playing h3 to preserve the bishop. Here rook e1 to keep e4 protected. So we're still in the opening stages. Okay, so maybe this check here, yeah? Taking here. Yeah, and now I can take the exchange, which I will. Okay, a check, so bishop d2 is an easy reply. Yeah, queen e7, that was kind of clear. So yeah, I think I will take, yeah, there is not much else. Take and take on c4. And here, okay, this player went back to g7. I have knight b5 now for knight d6, I'm going to do that. h5. h5. Yeah, well, it's not going anywhere. I'm just not quite sure. Oops, I have a new game started. What is this? A 23 rated standard. This part of the simul? I don't quite get it. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we get here. Yeah, this I have to get the pawn back. Yeah? There is nothing much else. Okay, so here bishop d2. It's my move maybe somewhere, yeah, here. How am I going to play this? I think c4 looks good. I want to get the knight to c4. So put this here. So, okay. Okay, so here I have to go to c2, of course. And again, we go to this here. Yeah, how do I get this going on the queen side? Maybe with knight b3. And okay, we get a full-scale trade in here. Interesting. I was thinking, okay, queen d2 is a good move, I guess. That's a good move. What am I going to do here? Active move. Rook e3, yeah, maybe. It's difficult. Rook e7 blunders the rook due to queen d1, queen d6. He can get this pawn if he likes. It's not too great actually, but I have to put the rook somewhere. Okay, what am I going to do here? I think I'm going to castle long for g4. Interesting. So he wants to play on the queen side here. I can go a4, I can just develop. I'm going to play it very safe here. Let's do that, a3. e4 in this game. Wow, that's a very ambitious move. Knight b5, that must be really good, right? Activating the knight, yeah. And here, some simple moves at least. Okay, here I'm going bishop g5. That was the idea all along. It's giving this check. It's easy at least. Here, just developing. Okay, so here, bishop c7 for bishop b6 checkmate. Yeah? Am I going to win a game quickly? It's not checkmate actually. But it's still a good move. Bishop c7. Okay, he went back to b6. Now I can take c4, or I can play bishop e3 first. Yeah, I think queen c4 is good. Threatens queen c8 as well. Okay, he just grabbed a3 quickly. Yeah, he's got the a pawn. That's definitely true. c7 is not an adequate compensation for that. Okay, I have to take it anyway. Okay, now he took here on d4, so I'm going to take this. And here it looks like a pretty normal Ruy Lopez position. But how am I going to continue? Is he going to play d5? I can play d4, but that looks mistimed a little bit. I can go a3, b4. Maybe let's do that. Okay, wow. Black just went back to d6. That I did not expect at all. We knight a5 for rook c1. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, what am I doing here? Probably b4, yes. Opening up stuff. Yeah, here bishop c5. I was thinking bishop e3 might be a move. Bishop takes queen c8, but king e7, he can sacrifice all that. Okay, so d4 has to be played. I'm just going to centralize here and complete development. That's all very, very logical, I guess. So here, that looks like a nice position with good development. How do I continue though? Queen h5, is this a move? Queen d4 is also just okay, right? Why not? Looks like a ton of extra moves. So queen d2 for bishop h6, and here b4, yeah, I'm pretty much clearly behind on the clock in lots of games. What am I going to do here? That's not easy. His a pawn is dangerous. h4, h5, h6 for counterplay. That's pretty okay for him, definitely, this position. The a pawn is dangerous. h4, a4, h5, queen b2. It's a tricky business here. It's tricky business, not easy to play. I'm going to try to get c5. Okay, here rook c1 was the idea. And he took it here. Yeah, now I'm going to play a fancy move with b4. I hope it's a good move. Not sure. b4. He might have queen c6. I have to be alert here. Queen c6 with this intermediate mate, but it's not terrible. I have f3. My idea was b4 takes a5, but he has queen c6, which is kind of awkward. Is e3 a move? Nah, that looks strange. Kind of unsure what to do here. My original intention with b4 looks kind of iffy. Maybe. He will take it. Okay, I can go bishop b2. He has d3 as well. Difficult. Oh, I would need some time here. That's a tricky position. Or should I just play knight d4, which is not what I wanted to do originally. Okay, let's do that. Okay, here I'm going c5, not much else, right? Yeah, I'm going to open this. Okay, knight c5, he's attacking e4, so I have to cover that. And here, oh wow, that looks sweet. Going to take here, right? So let's see, how can we do this here? Queen d3, completing development, and this guy is playing like immediately. If I go queen c5, rook c5, rook a8, rook b5, a3, rook b1. It should be okay for me, but not much more. I can take with the rook. Let's check again. Queen takes, rook takes, rook a8, rook d5, a3, rook d1, a2, rook a1, king f8, king g3, king e7, king f3, king d6, king e3, king c5, king d3. That's awkward. That's really awkward. What can I do here? Okay, I'm going to take with the rook. Not easy. Okay, here I can check on d6. That was the idea, but I'm not quite sure what it's doing. Okay, I can start with the move. It's not bad. And then think about it. So, just taking the rook here, or what? Rook f7 is also looking quite good. Yeah, let's do that. And here I was thinking e5 is a move. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, here 20 minutes for the most normal theoretical position ever. But it happens. Okay, here he went back to c6 simply. Let's see. I can play d4. My development is not great, but I don't see how to play without d4 here. Okay, so I'm just developing here. And here it's easy. You can just put stuff on D and C file. Okay, queen to c7. Yeah, I'm going to try to trade this bishop. I think this is a good idea in most dragon type of positions. Okay, here takes e4. Very solid game here by the black player. I don't have much here. And here g4, it's easier. That's on a knight e4. Okay, I'm going here, g4 is interesting. On g4 he has knight e4 maybe. If I trade, there's a2 hanging, so I'm going to play king b1 first. Okay, h5, that's a very surprising move. It's not, don't see what it's doing. I can take c7. The thing that I'm not sure of is if I do that, if I take c7, yeah, rook c8. You can go rook c8, huh? And rook takes, and he's threatening rook c1. Ah, come on, I want to play it simple, just develop here. Okay, here I was planning bishop e3. Bishop to e3. Oh, he might take b2. Yeah, but hard to play something else. Okay, so what did this guy do? We played queen to b2, attacking my pawn here. Yeah, he might take it, of course, huh? But okay, rook a5, yeah, I'm trying to get the pawn. Rook a5, let's not blunder stuff. Would be rather embarrassing, so, but I can do that, right? Yep. e5, wow, that's not a move I expected. I can take g7 and play knight f5 here, right? Knight g7 takes, I go bishop f6, so I can do that, and knight f5. It's a nice little tactic we're going to see. Okay, what am I doing here? I was thinking just king b1, protecting the pawn. Or am I able to do something fancy? I don't think so. Yeah, let's do this. Secure this. Here I have a nice tactic, knight f5. That's nice. And here, yeah, he wants to promote this guy. Queen a7 is my move. Going to stop the pawn. I really have to stop this. Okay, queen to b7. He's threatening the mate here on g2. Mate alert. Yeah, f3, yeah, I have to do that. Okay, rook f7. Okay, he's very relaxed about his queen side. I can play many things. Yeah, that's a very nice position. I can take here as well. Let's just take. And here, here black might play b5. That's a move that I need to consider. What about knight a4 in this position, threatening to take and play bishop to d6? I think that's a good move. Yeah, that's a good move. Okay, he wants to here, this guy wants to make sure that the queens are traded, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play e5, winning a move, winning a tempo, get everything in play. Okay, knight d5, that looks like a good move. Was that the idea? Bishop g3, h4, all of a sudden it makes sense. That was a very creative way to play. And I'm not sure if I could have taken c7. Really not. That's a bit awkward, actually. My bishop doesn't have any great squares. And I definitely don't want to take on d6. This is kind of... This is really like nothing. Maybe I have to. Maybe I have to. I don't see much else. Okay, yeah. He went back with the king here. I thought queen d6 is the simple solution here. Queen g5, he might just retreat. I don't see something great. Queen h6. If he would have taken queen g5, would have gotten the knight back. But I can play queen d6 here. His queen is unprotected, so that's a good solution. Yeah, this will be difficult, but maybe I can keep the pawn actually. Can I go c5 here? Let's check. c5, he can give this check on e5. Is there a way to not lose the pawn back? Queen c5 maybe. keep c4 protected, f2 protected, and the dark squares, and I'm going to take next a2, rook a2. I think so. Okay, tricky business. Yeah, here I'm going to go with the bishop to c6. This is just great. Yeah, what can I do? This guy is playing very, very solid chess. Queen to e5 coming.
Draw.
I'm a pawn up. Nice. Nice to have. So he wants to play bishop out somewhere to a6 maybe. I wonder if knight f7 is a move. This is also interesting. For rook h5 actually. That makes lots of sense. Okay, and here, I'm this pawn up and I have a great knight on d6. Let's just centralize stuff. And here, rook to b8. Okay. Okay. Not quite sure what it is doing, to be honest. Yeah, b2 is attacked, but how problematic is that? In general terms, I have got rook and 2 pawns for 2 pieces, which is good from material point of view, but position is of course quite murky. My king is safe. Let's see here. I'm not totally sure what to do. How to play here. I cannot move my knight. This is quite awkward. And b2. He might take it. He might take it. I wonder if I should just play rook b1. Knight b6 to d5 could be a move. I cannot think all day here. Let's play this. Okay, knight d5. Interesting reply. So knight c5, he wants to take f4. Yeah, I see. But I can go bishop g5, for example. That looks kind of fishy, the whole thing. I can take here as well. If I take here, how is he saving his stuff? He will take, if I take here, he will take with the pawn, or what? Okay, let's do that. Yeah, h4. How sad is that? I have to take them. Okie dokie. Yeah, knight to d4, right. He can try to activate that way. My knight on d6, it doesn't have a square. That's a bit awkward. Knight d4. Where am I putting this piece? My knight on d6. It's such a strong looking piece. Okay. Yeah, knight e2 is a terribly passive move. I really don't want to play that one. I don't know where to put this. It's kind of strange. If he goes to d4, I'm kind of disconnected from this piece. It's a very awkward situation. Okay, I'm going to do this here. Going to see later, and then I'm going to tell you why I played it. Yeah, this happened actually. The queen, the knight to b6. Going to go here. And okay, well here I thought b5 is just up for the taking, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to take it. He can take d2, but c2 I mean, but I have rook e2. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, as mentioned, I'm not happy about it, but I had to take. Okay, rook a7. I have a knight b5 now, asking his rook some quite embarrassing questions. Or I can take here actually. That looks quite good. Okay, rook c8. He did not take on d4. To be honest, I think this is a mistake. I think he should have taken Okay, I'm not saying that black is in terrible shape here, but I think taking was easier. Okay, so I'm really a pawn up here, right? After rook takes. Yep. So, going to take here, right? For the second pawn. Wow, he moved the knight. I did not expect that one. I'm a bit baffled. Bishop d3 maybe, yeah? Just attacking it, attacking d6, yeah, that is good. Going to just do this. And now he took on c2. Okay, I don't have any big choice here, but it's an okay move, rook e2. Nothing bad about it. Yeah, he's going to trade. It's nothing much really, this position. Okay, I'm taking at rook b1, hoping for the best. Okay, queen to d2. What is the counterplay? Going rook here. Keeping f2 protected and maybe queen d5 coming or something. Okay, so he went with the pawn capture here. My idea was to play b4 in this position. Maybe it is bogus, but I thought it's interesting. I'm winning those two pawns. A3 is also a very strong move, actually, I think. But okay, play straightforward chess. h5. Okay, he saw rook h5 then. Yes, I can play bishop f3 if I like. I'm not sure what it's doing, if it's helping me very much. Yes. Yeah, bishop f3 is good. Let's do this. Here g4, take it. And here I was planning rook b1. Yeah, rook b1 is good. For rook b7 maybe. Oh, I did not think about that move at all. Okay, I think in general the queen trade is something that I don't mind here. Okay, knight to e7 he went. Probably knight g6 coming. Okay, I'm playing b4 here. Later going for a4. Let's see, what can I do here? Just going back to d7. How do I get the pawn going? Queen e5, maybe that's a good square. Rook c8, c5 for rook c3. Yeah, maybe something like that. Not easy to be technically precise with this time. Okay. Yeah. I think I have to retreat here. And here, this is just one pawn. Yeah? Isn't this sad? All this for just one pawn. Okay, go rook d2. And here I can trade some stuff, which is welcome. Right, e4, yes. He's playing well. Trying to play for e5. Just going to complete development here. And here, well, he's giving me this, he's giving me his rook. Yeah, I'm taking it. Oh, he did not take on b4. I thought he should do that still. Okay, if I go knight b6, there's bishop f4. Okay, knight b6, bishop f4 is awkward. Pin. Okay, I'm taking. Let's see. This looks tricky, this whole thing here. I'm going rook e1 for knight f5 and rook d5 and so on. Okay, he just moved the king. How do I get my pawn going? I'm not quite sure, but this is a good way forward. Activating the bishop. That cannot be bad. Okay, a4, knight b5. Oh wait, queen to b6. We should think about some counterplay here. Is there a counterplay? Queen b6 is the only thing that I can think of. Let's start with that. That's a good move. Okay, yeah, this one I have rook b7. That was my idea. Rook b7, knight a2, bishop b5 is awkward. So try that. Yeah, okay. What am I going to do here? This pawn here. Maybe just queen here. Okay, rook to e8 is what he played. Yeah, that does make some sense, quite clearly. How long has this been live? An hour. About an hour, and I have not finished a single game yet, unless someone resigned that I'm not aware of. It's everything happening at the same time. It's not so easy to keep track. Okay, so can I go here? It takes rook d8, rook d3, king up, and I'm going up myself. Not sure. That requires some precision here. Not sure that I have it with this time. Okay, so here queen e5 was played. Yeah, as I said, a very solid game here by black. I really don't have anything at all in this position. Really haven't. Okay, rook e1. Here I'm in exchange up. That's at least simple to play. And here knight d6 with the tempo is welcome, I guess. Okay, here I was thinking queen d2 is a good move. Attacking this pawn there on a5. On a4 I have queen a5. Yeah, that's good. Okie dokie. So what is he going to do here? Maybe entering with the queen. So going here or to d3? If I go to d3, queen c3, rook b1. I want to go here actually. Or is he having a... No, he doesn't have a sacrifice, no. Okay. Yeah, this check. I was thinking g3, hoping for rook d8, rook takes f7. That's a nice little tactic. Maybe this little trick is helping me here. Okay, I was thinking knight d4 here for knight f5. And okay, wow. He really has nothing developed. Absolutely nothing. Okay, I'm going to castle for bishop a3 later. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, just b3, right? I need to anchor this bishop. And here, yeah, this is still this exchange. But how do I do that? Knight d2 to e4. It looks like a good way to trade stuff. He went rook e5. Ha! Is this the same thing? Let's check. Rook f7. It's not the same thing. Okay. Did not expect this move at all. I can check him. This does not help. If I go rook f7, queen e5, he has queen f2 with a draw. Okay. That's not easy at all. Okay, so my knight looks nice, but this knight d4 is again pesky, so I'm going to prevent that. Going back. Okay, so yeah, here queen a5 was the idea. His queen is unprotected, yeah. We check that his queen is unprotected, so I think it's a good move. After queen trade, it's basically over. Okie dokie. What is this guy doing? Knight to g5, maybe. Okay. Huh. Ooh. What am I doing here? Rook g1 for h4. Maybe the other rook. Let's play move. Yes, d takes e5. I was not really thinking. I didn't think this is really possible. But maybe it is. Bishop takes, he can trade first. Queen e2 was also what I was thinking as interesting. Let's do that. And here maybe rook d6, yeah? Playing actively. Okay, f3 or b3. Let's go f3. Bishop e7. That's interesting. I can now go knight g5, but I can also play the knight for bishop g5. His dark squares are very weak. This is one problem of this setup here with f7 and so on. Yeah, I'm going to retreat for bishop g5. I think this is important enough to spend time on. Okie dokie. Here I can give a check here on f5 now and take on g7. This should be good. Just thinking maybe there's something better. Rook d5 blunders e1. That's one of those moves that look good but are blundering the house. I also have knight f7, king f7, rook d7 check. Quite interesting. But I'm going with this check. Play it simple. Yeah, so I can take a4 here, right? Yeah. Okay, here we have a queen trade. And he took it. Wow. I was thinking bishop b5 is winning here, isn't it? Bishop b5, rook d8, knight c6 check. Isn't this a win? Okay. And here, how do I play this? Pesky knights. Knights are tricky pieces. Okay. Just trade it here. Okay, he just went back to b6. This is a kind of, it doesn't do much, this move, really. Maybe just b3 here. Or, yeah, just b3. Let's cover the pawn. Queen b8. Yeah, that's not very active, I have to admit. But it is solid. Okay, just develop here. Yeah, I'm still in the middle of the board. And here I can take this knight. I can just take the knight. It's a pin. Yeah, so he managed h5, g4 and so on, but my king is in the middle. It's really, there is no particular threat going on. Okay, maybe here, right? Attacking d6 and freeing the a-pawn. Okay, bishop g5 was the plan here. There's a question. As you are so much higher rated, you could go for some crazy exchange sack or something. No. You just play the moves that you think are good, and that's it. You should try to play well, no matter how the other guy is rated. An interesting moment here, rook to d8 is checkmate almost. Is there some way to do this? Knight f5 or something. Maybe knight b5 is good. Just trade stuff. Okay, okay. Queen here. Huh. So I can actually trade trade the rooks here. I'm going to do that. Yeah, the ratings are false. My standard rating here is also... I never play that. I play 15-minute pool on ICC regularly, but not so much standard. Let's see here. Knight to d6. Always looks good. But I don't quite see how I'm winning at the end. Okay, let's still do that. Yes, knight g5. This is a move that I had actually expected. So take it or not. Yeah, let's take. Here I was thinking knight g5 when I had this. But maybe queen g6 isn't bad, right? So rook c1. Wow, d5. I can just take this en passant, right? Yep. Okay, h4. h4. Maybe rook b8, b7. Yeah? Trading there. Okay, bishop g5 here. I would like to get in the pawn roller. Maybe here or to g3. I can take, yeah, but it doesn't make much sense, right? Okay, here and rook b7 for the trade. Oh, he's stepping out to f6 here. Ah, okay. That looks very, very suspicious. Okay, I'm just going to take. I don't see a win here. Is there a win? Queen c3 would be great, but his queen is just protecting it. Okay, I'm going to take it. So if I go g4 here in this position, is this f4? Is this possible? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, just normal moves. Okay, now I can go knight f5 for some trades. Okay, he's going knight to b4 here, this guy, trying to trade the bishop. Okay. Don't mind a somewhat slowish position. My clock is starting to really tick down. Okay, so this is of course quite a nice endgame. And c5. Tja, queen c3 would be great. Rook b7 is impossible as the rook d7 is impossible as my rook is hanging. Yeah, let's go for queen b2. Okay, so he's going back to f8. That's not very active. But maybe okay. He had to do something about g7 hanging, obviously. Okay, let's just go a3 and see what I can do here. Yeah, here I have bishop b5, yeah? That leads to an awkward reply. The knights are kind of awkwardly placed. Okay, here, where do I go with the knight? d6, rook c7 coming, yes. Rook c1, c7 is the way to go, or c1, c5. It looks fine. And here, queen up to d6 maybe. Whew. Yeah, it's tough business here. It's not easy at all. This is one of, he's playing this very, very solidly. Maybe rook to e3 or something. It's really, I have absolutely nothing here. g6. Wow. Knight h6. Checkmate. But he can take with the queen. It's almost a mate. Okay, going back. So, what is this here? Knight come to d4, but I can go to c4. So I'm going to activate the king. Okay, I have g4 here. g4, knight c3. g4, knight c3, b takes bishop e4, and then he will play e5 at the end. Okay, that is interesting. He played this nicely here, this guy. Knight h4 maybe? No, not easy here. e5 is coming. And after that I'm really not having anything. Okay. Well, then you don't have anything. Still have to play. What can I do? Bishop, queen d6, right? Taking everything off here. I'm just taking this. The queen has nowhere to run. Yep. Let's do that. Oh, he took it. He took it immediately. Knight g5 or knight f4, or not sure about this. Probably. Okay. Traded. Very solidly played, really. Okie dokie. Bishop e6. I wanted to go rook c1, but now he's attacking this. Okay, I have to go b4 then. It is okay. It is okay. Check. Check, buddy. So, how am I going to do this? h4, I guess. Hard to play without. b1. Oh, b5. He's weakening his dark squares even more. That's nice. Okay, but here's knight b6 to c4. Maybe that's the idea.
Draw.
Okay, so I can play bishop b2, or I can give the check. Check is good. And rook takes, right? He still has a very weak back rank, which is very awkward. Okay, so if I take with the queen here, bishop e7, it somehow still holds. It's kind of hard to believe, but it holds. If I take with the knight, if I take there bishop e7, I cannot believe I don't have a great move there. Maybe bishop g5, queen d3, bishop f6. Yeah, maybe. Still kind of strange that I don't have something great there. Okay, so I have to use the king. Trading queens. Yeah, and he's on his way here to c4. Yes, definitely. So I have to do something here against this. Okay, I was thinking rook e5 here. Rook e5. Yep, I cover that, and I cannot play f5 because of this rook hanging. So g5, I guess. And now, what am I doing? a5, right? The A pawn must be the winner here. Oh, he's just attacking this pawn, but I have b4, or maybe return. Returning is not bad. This is kind of irritating me to no end. What is this? This is really strange. That's really strange. Bishop g5, even knight d7 is a move. No, not much that I can do. Okay, and this, yeah, he managed to play his e5 freeing break, equalizing, I guess. Okay, so b4. No, b4 blunders the bishop. Ooh, not b4. Attention. I could have taken the knight here. Yeah, I guess so. And I was about to blunder a knight myself, so solid. Okay, let's put it here. Not blundering this bishop. Okay, rook. My rook is attacked. To a4. Yeah, he's still kind of blocking things. It's not so easy. G6 is not doing that much. Yeah, let's go here. And going to trade here. And here I can go knight c5. That's not bad. Yeah, the clock is ticking down. Yes, here I have b4 though, winning the queen or the rook or something big. Yeah. Okay, so what is going on here? Maybe knight d7 or knight here for b4. Or I can just take, actually. Taking is easier. Oh, I can go queen d6. What a shame. That's not winning. Why? His king is so close. Unfortunate. King 8 as a king g4. Takes. That's not enough. What a shame. That's a shame. That's very awkward. I cannot play this. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking this here. Just taking everything. And here. Yeah, f4, f5, or e4. Start with e4 and then f4. That's good. So, and here my king needs to be involved. Yeah. Going to a5 with the knight. And here, yeah, he could activate his king here that way. So, yeah, difficult, huh? Difficult to win. I don't see how I win here actually. Okay, a4. Okay, takes here for knight c5. Oh wait, he might have knight d3 stuff coming. That's kind of awkward. Yeah, but I have to take him. Nothing much that I can do. Okay, f4. for f5. b4, yeah, it's all nice. I'm still having pretty decent control in most games. Rook c4, no, I don't think that was so irritating. Here I have knight c5. That's good. Okay, probably go back for b5. Oh, he's putting his bishop there. F5 here. Cutting this off. It should be good. And here knight to b6 is played. I'm going to... Should I do this actually? I'm not sure. Knight d2, I mean, I'm not sure about this. But okay. I have to get going. Okay, b5. He's just putting the king up, right? It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. Yeah, the rook is still somewhat tricky here to play against. I definitely don't want to take it. Give him a pawn or something like that. And he might play a5, huh? a5. Okay, going to cover that. Yeah, it's not at all easy here, all those games. Some very good defensive play. Yeah, I cannot play f5 here, as mentioned a couple of times. Yeah, knight coming to e5 here. Let's go b3. Now knight b4 to d5. Okay, bishop will come to a6. I should step out of this business. Okay, I just played king to d8. Can you believe that? I have queen b6 check here. Queen b6 check, king d7. There is no checkmate. Is this true? Naja, let's develop stuff. If you try to play perfect moves in this kind of simul, you're going to lose on time. I mean, or get into huge time trouble in all of the games. So have to be quick. That was an oversight. h3 I did not see. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, I have to take it. Okay. Just rook takes, right? It is nice that he trades his active rook. So can I push stuff now or not? Let's push the pawn. a6, rook c5, a7 and promotes. Yep. Queen to h6 here. Not a move I expected. Knight g4 might be the idea, or h3, bishop h3, this kind of thing. Okay. Have to be a bit alert. How am I going to play here? Knight g4, h3, maybe rook e1, the good prophylaxis. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure. Yeah, I have to play. Okay, well here I can take f7, was what I was thinking. Knight f7. Yeah, it's no. Okay, yes, knight c5. That's a bit awkward. So, okay, so then c8 to b6. Rook e1. Can you take f4? Queen f4. Rook takes. Queen f4, maybe. Yeah, but it's difficult. I cannot give him e3, so I have to play that. Okay, knight checks here. Yeah, I cannot really play something else there. f5. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Takes rook e3, and at the end my f3 bishop hangs. Yeah, as mentioned, that he played this really well. Very, very solid. Let's see here. I cannot believe this. There must be a mate here. Queen b6, king d7. I don't see a checkmate. That's really, really weird. Where is the mate? I don't see the mate there, but there must be something. There really should be something. Okay. Knight b6.
Draw.
Okay, knight there. Okay, he did not take on f4. I'm not sure if it was working, but it it looked kind of tricky. Okay, so maybe rook d2 or something. Don't have a very clear plan there, have to admit. Where do I go with the knight? c3 or f4? Maybe c3. Knight c5. Check. Okay. He has the f5 maybe, right? f5. f5 is kind of annoying. King e3, f5. What am I playing then? f5. Difficult, pretty difficult. Okay, a7. Oh, cool. Okay, knight e5. Yeah, I guess just knight d5 is good. c5, knight c5 might happen. Okay, I can start with that move. Let's see. What is this? What is this here? Maybe g3, h4 later. Yes, taken. I can take with the knight. Maybe this is good. Yeah, and this weird position, yeah, where there really should be a mate and I don't see it. Bishop f7, maybe. Bishop f7, queen f7, queen d6 mate. Queen f4, bishop e8 mate. Is this working? It should work, right? Yeah, okay, let's do it. Move first, think later. Yeah, he went f5. Okay. Yeah, but I have queen e4. I have queen e4. I have queen e4, I think, and it's important. Okay, so king up, right? So g3. Now he just moves the king. Knight here. Knight takes e4. I'm going to promote. And now f4, right? And he has to take, and that's a winning king and pawn endgame. Okay, yeah, here there is nothing. There never ever was something. It's just super solid, this guy. Okay, knight e6. Now he's going for those knight d4 and other threats. Yeah. He's playing that well. Really, really solid play. So, let's go here. c5, I have bishop b5. Yeah, just about. Oh, that's kind of awkward. I can take here, right? Wait. Let's think about this for just one moment. How do I win this here? h4? No, that's f4. That's not good. But I can take and maybe h4. Let's take first. Okay. Okay. Here I have to be very, very, very cautious. There are some funky tricks with knight g4 maybe. Knight g4 coming. My rook on e1 is in a vulnerable spot. It really is. Queen c3, knight g4. This is very awkward. Queen b2, knight g4, knight f3. I think is good. Yeah, and he does not have knight d3. Knight c4. I go queen somewhere. Queen c1. It's not so easy. Really isn't. Yeah, I wonder. Maybe keep this pawn for the moment. It's hard to calculate it completely with the limited time situation. Okay, this is going to go here. Oh, that's not a move that I really had on the radar. Wow, that's a bit awkward. Okay. Check. Not easy. This is not easy to do. This is the simul here. many tough games. So going here for knight e6, but he's going all the way to h5 here. Really unsure. Really don't know. It's difficult. Okay, went knight to e7. Cannot believe that there is no mate in this position. Really cannot do that. Okay, so what is this? I have knight e4, knight b7. Not sure. Is this winning? If this wins, I really don't know. Looks kind of awkward.
Draw.
I have knight e6, but still he has knight b7. Knight e6, knight takes e6, b7 is promoting. Not at all easy. Okay, took on d3. I have to take here. Okay, and here, yeah, still e4 is hanging. If I check him, I don't need to. I can give this, I can go rook e8 actually. Maybe this is right, rook e8. Wow. Oh wow, I didn't think about this move. That's a problem. I didn't see it at all. Oh, it switched to, why it's switching to that? It's not even my move here. What is this? So let's see here. What's going on here? My queen is attacked. Very awkward. Here maybe? That's not looking good. Tricky development. Yeah, and again, this strange endgame. Okay, knight c5, knight b8. Knight c5, knight b8, king e4, king h3, king f5. That's Zugzwang, I think. Wow, yeah, he's playing this really well, this guy. What about e4 takes, knight takes for knight f6 check? Takes, knight takes. Okay, let's do that. Going here. And he withdrew. Yeah, I was thinking I can get to the pawns now. But it's not so easy actually. e4 is still hanging. But okay, I can do this, I guess. Okay, knight here. Knight to c4. So probably to c3 here. Keeping everything protected. Knight takes for knight f6 check. Yeah, well, this is really tough here. It's not like like a walk in the park. It absolutely isn't. Maybe I'm making things difficult for myself by playing badly or something, but it's not easy. It really isn't. Okay. For rook on the second rank. Yes, so king e4 for king d5. Taking e5 next. Okay, wow. So king g2. I don't want to trade everything. Trading everything is a bit much. Oh, he gave his queen. That's good news. Knight here. Yeah, here I just have nothing. I mean, it's switching again without. I know I had this position earlier. Yeah, I remember. Rook f8 is what I wanted to play, I think. Let's do it. Okay. He's just stepping to h8. Huh. Okay, here an interesting moment. I can play knight takes for knight f6 check. I wonder. I mean, he can trade everything, but then at least I have a bishop. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, and here I have rook b1, yes. For rook b8. The best that he can do is trade stuff. So, okay. I'm promoting, right? Okay, take with this. And now he has taken here. I have knight d5 and rook f7 was my idea. So let's get stuff out here. Developing. So I wanted to take on f7. I have this check though. Is this better? Yeah, the annoying thing is that he attacks my knight there immediately. It's doing a good job in defending here. Oh, queen trade. Yeah, I understand that he wants the queen trade. I really do. It's not so not so easy to avoid with a good move. There's a question if I will upload this to YouTube. I think this will be actually this will be on the ICC YouTube channel. So it will be on YouTube, but probably not on my channel, not on the Chess Explained channel. Okay, knight d5, right? Wins something. Yeah, so got to get the rook out here. Making some progress. Okay. Oh, he just went to the side with the king, sidestepping. Yeah, well, that does make some sense. If I play the f pawn or something, if I play the f pawn, I'm unprotecting the rook. So maybe c4. It's really totally okay here for him. g5. Huh. No. Just rook d4. Puh. Rook on c7. Yeah, I really don't have much here. It looks nice, but it's nothing nothing great. Okay, so where do I put this knight? To c3 or to f4? Probably c3, yeah, to have a tempo gain in there. Very difficult. Okay, so I'm going to take here. And the bad thing is I'm really not well developed all of a sudden. So let's check. I've got everything mostly covered, but I'm going to try to go to f6 here in this position. Time is getting down. It's good that I really have this 30-second increment. Without the increment, this would be complete terror. Okay. Let's play a quick routine move here with h4. In this case, the opponent has put in some time as well. This is good. The only, this is a big problem now. I cannot castle here. What a mess. This is definitely a tricky position for me. Definitely. Rook d1, rook e8. He also has the check, the queen check. Rook d1 and knight e3. Maybe I can play that with castles. Rook e8, knight e3, rook e3 takes, queen takes. Yeah, maybe. If he's winning, not much that I can do. Okay, let's see here. This is one of the nicer positions. Go knight f3 here, yeah. The knight is nice on d4, but save there. Oh, well, that's good news. That's really good news. That the queens get traded here. He has bishop f5, huh? Yeah. I see. Okay. Here I'm winning the bishop. That's good. And here, yeah, knight coming, bishop coming to g4 maybe. Maybe I have to play knight d2. Yeah, that looks like a sound move. Wow. Yeah, this guy is hanging on. It is very, very solid, this position. Yeah, here I'm not telling you much. I just have to play quickly. I don't have much time. And I have some relatively easy moves. Okay, here f4 is a move I'd like to play. Let's do that. Okay, so he's just retreating. Queen d4, knight c6. Knight d3 maybe. Okay. e6 is a good move here. Yeah, e6 is a good tactic. Fe, knight e5, and rook takes. I give check and knight e5. So maybe I can actually win a game in a bit quicker way. Yeah, a5. What can you do? He's playing well. Maybe knight g5, as weird as it looks. At the end I have knight e6 and this hangs. Okay, let's play the move. Knight e6, no. I was thinking bishop f5. But okay, I'm not saying it's a bad move, it's just not what I expected. Okay, let's do this. Look at the light squares. Yeah, knight e3. And I hope that I'm surviving this somehow. I don't know how exactly, but it looks bad. Okay, let's make sure not to get checkmated. Okay, but it looks nice, but how do you actually progress from here? Knight g3 to a5, maybe the bishop back here. Trading bishops could be an idea. Light squared bishop to use the light squares. It's not so apparent though how to do it. Okay. Oh, I did not think about this one. Attacks quite a lot here. Yeah, I can go queen c1, simply keeping stuff under control. b3, knight c3 is awkward. Okay. Yeah, he's doing that. Sure. Yeah, I might lose that one. It looks very, very problematic. Okie dokie. So here, knight c6 or not. I have very good control here in this position. At least that's a simple move. And what now? G4, I guess. Okay, I have to take that one. Maybe knight d5, huh? Knight d5, or knight f5. It's a bit tricky. Yeah, let's just go back. Okay, I can actually take now, or rook d7. Rook d7 might be good. Attacking f7 here. Yeah, but I'm content with taking. This is a simple way to play. Okay, so knight e6 check. Is this leading to anything? Maybe not. Knight e6 check. Yeah, it's not leading to much. Okay. So where to go? d4 probably, or to f4. In general, I'd like to go there, right? Yeah, let's do it. And here, maybe rook d1. This is kind of not much, but it's very, very solid. Let's see here. Can I do? This is kind of awkward. Maybe I can get a rook to f3. If he takes e5, I don't believe that. Rook e3. Let's try. Let's try for that. Here I'm giving this check. Maybe I can tickle him a bit with this move. No, here's something to d3. Okay, let's move the king. Okay. I can take here. Yeah, and I will take. Bishop back. What is he going for? Bishop to to a7 and trade. Maybe. It looks kind of awkward. Okay. So let's grab here. Take it, and here I was thinking bishop to d6 maybe. Okay, here an interesting situation. I was thinking maybe I could actually play g5, but he's got knight e6, so I have to take. So he's going there, but the knight can go to a8, yeah. Maybe, maybe knight a8. Yeah, possible. Knight d1. I wanted to go f2, bishop f1, h3. Yeah, it's okay. Let's do that. And here, damage his pawn structure a bit. Okay, so this is still very solid for black. I'm not winning here easily or something. Oh, he's trading. No, I don't mind that. don't mind it, but nah, okay. It's an okay move. And here he might have knight e4 there. Okay, let's get... Oh, I didn't see that move at all. You know, I'm jumping. I didn't want to jump there. Let's go here. Kind of strange sometimes still what it is doing. I have to tidy up a little bit here. My screen is a total mess. So I can close some games that were resigned. Let's do that. I'd like to have stuff tidied up. Okay, that is also done. Oh, that was adjourned because black disconnected. Okay, not much that I can do there. So here, knight e6. That's a funny move. Huh. Nah. Awkward. This was a game where I was winning for a very long time, and now I have screwed it up because he found this nice thing here. Blah, that's bad. King g4, yeah, there's knight e3, unfortunately. Very nice. Tja, I guess that's a draw. Not much that I can do here. I don't see anything. Yeah, I guess I'm going to make the draw here. But what can you do? He defended well. Okay, so I'm going to drop back here with this exposed bishop. And here, yeah, I can really just offer a draw here. Draw? Yeah, well played. Well defended. Okay, so I'm going to offer this. And, oh, b5. Not a move that I expected. b4. Yeah, the problem for black in this endgame is that he's kind of in a mating net with the knight. So he cannot easily activate his rook. Okay, I'm going rook f3. That was the idea here of this whole elaborate maneuver. Okay, and here I'm going to trade rooks. Yeah, the draw. Someone is writing draw. Yeah, but it was a very clear draw, right? I just had 1 or 2 pawns. There was nothing really to do. Okay, that's an interesting move. He has d4 in the mix and attacks the pawn. It's a bit awkward. If I go to b1, for example, he will play d4, maybe. No, d4 I can take, and I really keep the pawn at the end. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I didn't see this tactic coming. It's not terrible, but I didn't see it. Okay. So here, any check or something? No, I have to go back. Go back with the bishop. Go back here. So he really went for this funny maneuver here. Huh. Keep getting his knights funnily placed. Funnily, that's no word, right? Placed in a funny way. Queen f2 probably. I don't know. That looks very, very dangerous. Okay, he withdrew. So I can again put the bishop here. And here I wanted to go for the bishop trade, which I'm not sure of, but I think it should be okay. So he tries knight e4 maybe. I'm going to cover that. So, nice. Yeah, this game was disconnected. In this game he accepted a draw. Yeah, there is nothing to do really. Okay, interesting. Knight e5. Here I can take and play knight f7, no? That was the idea. Really tough. This Simul is tough. It really is. Bishop f5. Huh. Queen b2, d4, knight. No. E4 maybe. Not sure. Okay, he's going c5, trying to break out. What he has definitely is a passer. So it's not that he's just in terrible shape or anything. Let's see. Okay, knight f7. And here, yeah, bishop h3. Yes, knight c4 at the end. This is maybe a problem, actually. Now that I look at it, knight c4 at the end. Bishop here takes knight c4, and he takes this. And if I take, his knight on a7, all of a sudden is having a really good day. Yeah, I shouldn't go for this trading business. Really shouldn't. Okay, and here, not an easy position. Okay, putting this on c6. Yeah, and now he had to go back because of this awkward mating net situation here with rook d8, rook g8 mate. I was thinking rook d6, b6 maybe. Rook b. He can play b4. Rook d4 maybe. I don't really have a clear plan. Not sure if I can do something or if I should just be okay with the draw. Yeah. Don't know really.
Draw.
The case of move first, think later. Okay, putting this here for bishop c8. This is one of those pressing water out of stone games where you have nothing and kind of try to get something in whatever way. Okay, queen here. This is nice now, nice position. And b4, trying to push the knight away. Okay, king up. Yeah, this is one of the most awkward positions. Really problematic here. h4 maybe. Doesn't look right. How is he? He can play rook e8, right? This might be the next step. So maybe cover that. And yeah, here bishop d6, annoying him a little bit. So he's coming to here where the knight has no square at all. That's surprising. Okay, I'm going to regroup here. So now h3 might be awkward, but it wins a tempo, right? A very important tempo. on the queen. Okay, let's do it. Okay, he played f5. This is what I wanted to provoke. The only issue is that the position is very closed. Might be a draw due to the closed nature of the whole thing. Okie, I don't know, f5, g4, g5, if this is an idea. Let's do that.
Draw.
And here he's going for rook a2, I guess. Okay, I'm going up with the king. Or not. King there, rook a3. He can, doesn't really matter if he checks me. Oh, he's going all the way back here, so let's push things. He might try for rook d2, so I'm going knight c4 here. Yeah, so I need the king. Without the king, I'm never going to do something in this endgame. Oh, knight there. I did not think about this at all. Not sure how dangerous it is, but I didn't think about the move much. Okay, so what now? Queen is going to e5. He might have bishop e4. How do I get things traded in this position? It should be possible somehow. Queen d4 maybe. Yeah, knight d4 I'm not sure about. You might have rook b8. Maybe I should also just attack one of those pawns there, the a6 pawn. Maybe check here. Yeah, and now I'm going up. This is quite nice. So is he really going for d5 here? Maybe he is. d5. Okay. Oh, now that's going to lose. That's going to lose, I think. Or maybe he can draw the king and pawn endgame. That's possible. Okay, I have to take anywhere. Anyway, it's an idiotic moment to think, really. Okay, is there any direct solution? No, I have to go here. So push g5 here. And now, so g5 gaining some space. So he covered from here. Maybe rook a1, bishop h3. Okay. I should not allow this. Okay. Queen a1 is a good move, though, I think. Maybe. Not easy at all. But he doesn't have much time. This is the only thing that really is in my favor. Time-wise, I'm in good shape. So, yeah, he wants to go to f6. Quite understandable. So, I have to go king g1, rook f6, queen g3. And hope for the best. Yeah, g3 for f4 later. Yeah, this is interesting. So I go here for knight d6. That should be a win. Really hard to believe that it shouldn't be one. So g4. He might have g5. Okay, so went back with the queen here. Now maybe knight d4. Then he might take there. Okay. Let's put this up. Okay, wow. I really didn't expect this to be that tough. It's two hours 15 minutes and I'm still on. Yeah, here I can take b5 was my thinking. Am I wrong in that thinking? Rook takes, bishop takes, this is a pawn. Rook takes, rook c8. Okay. Oh, I blundered into this one. Ugh, awkward. That is awkward. If I go to f3, he even wins with bishop to h5. Huh. Oh, what a howler. Tja. Okay. So knight d6. No, I can actually win a tempo. Every tempo counts in this kind of situation. So knight e2 might be a move, but I have knight g4 in this position. I have some threats on my own. Okay, I'm taking this. So bishop takes, I guess. And this is still running. Let's see. I'm controlling the whole queen side. I'd like to get in g5 under favorable circumstances, however. Maybe go here, knight f3 or so. Okay, it's going there. If he goes to c4, this is really, oh no, I can't do that. Okay. So what did he do? Rook d6. This is I can take the rook. I can take it. But my knight is hanging. So queen d6, queen takes g4, rook e8 check. King g7, queen f8 check. King f6. Checking on h8. This is getting very tricky. I can also check him first and trade queens. I'm not sure about that, how good that is. It looks like there should be a mate or something. It really looks like it. I don't see it though. I don't see a direct win here. Quite strangely enough. I mean, I can trade queens. This is maybe winning, but I don't see a mate or something. Queen d6, queen g4. I can check there, and I can even win the bishop. He has the check, king f2. If that's not winning, come on, it should win. Okay, now I can just step up. Yeah, and now the bishop here is on the diagonal. That is not in any way a danger to my king. This is nice. Let's see. Just go here, right? Doing this slowly. Okie dokie. I can give check here. That's not this rook is not winning. I can give this check, rook check, and queen e5 check. Is this going to be a checkmate? I have a ton of checks. don't see a mate. I really don't see a mate. Okay, I'm going to win the material. Yeah, and here I was thinking I should go g5, g6 if possible. Let's regroup and go here. Okay, it's going there. I can give the check now here, but then he's got this one coming. Yeah, okay, let's give this check first and think about the details later. Queen e5 was the idea. Okay, yeah, and here, let's see, probably knight c7 and e6 is the easiest. Whew, tough business. If he goes knight c4, I think I can take this. This is just a weakness. Pawn on c4. Okay. He keeps defending. That guy keeps defending very, very well. So g5 or king g4. It's not really doing that much. Maybe regroup this. Can I regroup it to something decent? Yes, 94 then. Okay, let's do this.
Draw.
Okay. Yeah, here this wasn't actually a pretty okay endgame, but with this little tactic, he has worsened my pawn structure quite a bit, and yeah, that wasn't helpful. So what am I doing here? He's threatening knight f3, knight e2. So let's give check. And here e6 is winning. Huh? E6, fe, knight takes, bishop takes. Yeah, I'm winning the house there. Okay, so just queen h3 for the queen trade, or h4, maybe h4 here. He doesn't have anything decent. Huh? Yep. Okay, so f4, no, king e2. This endgame is, oh, that's not, this knight is not well placed here. I can go back to g7. So maybe start with that. So, kann ich, switching to German. I read a German sentence in the chat and all of a sudden, oh, German, that's also a language. Let's see, can I get in g5 in a good way? I don't know, knight to f3, it's a long way, yeah? But I have time here, it's not that I'm in a hurry. h5, h4, yeah, of course I'm going to continue here, but it's really just a draw. Okay, bishop is not going to be regrouped, but is covering things quite reliably. So, cannot do anything drastic here anyway. Yeah, the knight will come to f5. How to do that? Probably knight e5 somewhere. Oh, did I blunder this pawn? No, I have e7 to take. That's good. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, so here now queen h5 or rook g8. Rook g8 looks good. That was a very critical game. I think I probably was lost there. I mean, it looked very, very, very shaky. there. So we got a couple of end games, of which I probably will win a couple, and hopefully not losing anyone, not losing any of them. Yeah, here knight to e6 is going to do the trick. He's stepping back. That's not a very logical move, but it's he can really play whatever he wants here. It's just a total draw. Okay. Yeah, here of course I have to somehow get the b pawn in motion. Maybe like this. Here, knight to e6 will push the king back. Wow. So I conceded one draw up to now. That was really not a good game. The drawing game. Yeah, here I was thinking knight g4, e5, but it's a bit risky, I think. Maybe. Let's gamble a bit here. I mean, not sure. Like gambling, if I'm risking something, but I didn't really think about it that thoroughly. Oh, he wants to really get something going there. Okay, let's trade stuff here. It's not a very logical idea to trade queens, however, after he has just weakened his king. Not really. Queen c6 is not a logical move here. I would like to do something against his king position. That would be the desirable thing to do. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to risk anything here. Knight e7. What a simple solution to this. Not a bad one, maybe. Okay, I'm going here. I also have knight d3 in the mix. So he traded queens. King to h8. That's a strange move. Going back with the king. That's quite an unconventional solution. G3. Okay. Maybe I can do something in this endgame which doesn't look. Oh, he's threatening knight to c4 here. Okay, so I have to go back there. Knight d1, or maybe knight d1 comes. Yeah. It's not a big issue, however. I can go here for knight takes g6, I think. Yeah, this is of course still a draw, but somehow I would like to get control over this diagonal. Maybe I can probably shuffle around a little bit and see what I can do. I got a take back request. Yeah, I have to look at when I get the. I don't mind that. I just have to play here first, and then see about it. I wonder about this. What am I going to do here? My b4 pawn is a liability. It's still a very drawish position, actually. Yeah, the queen trade. Yeah, it wasn't ideal. So okay, he pushed forward here. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to win here. Maybe in a situation where it is not justified. So I can go here and to e4. I don't need to. At the moment I have this nicely covered. So here now, king h8, take back. Let's do that. Yeah. So it's his move again. Yeah, king h8 really was a strange thing to do. Nah, I don't mind that. I really don't mind. Especially if it's such a pretty obvious one. Nobody would play king h8 there. Is it my move somewhere? So let's have a look. Not many games left, but there are some. Yeah, we still have 5 games left, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, here, king f7 is what he played. I'm still going for the same kind of reply. Yeah, here king e6, king e4 is kind of clear. And here king f6, black is activating his king. Yeah, it's difficult to do something in this position. It really is. Here, and I cannot do much here. Is there any idea, any way forward? If I go to h2, yeah, let's shuffle a little bit. Doesn't hurt. Yeah, so is there any way forward in this position? We cannot move the knight. Yeah, but I cannot really Zugzwang him here or something. I don't see how. I wonder if I can take knight g6, knight g6, f5, and knight back g6. He's stopping the pawns. Okay. King e6, maybe I can take. Oh yeah, it's not working. Really isn't. Is there some other way to play? Checking here for check there to a5. That looks really weird. But it might work. I can flick this in though.
Draw.
So knight went to b2. Yeah, this knight to c4 is really an awkward thing. I cannot move bishop or knight. Nah, don't know what to do. It's just trying for some kind of traps here. So let's see. Do I get this? Check on e7. Still kind of hanging on here. So h4.
Draw.
Yeah, knight g6 is not going to work. I can go. Sorry, I can actually really go before. I forgot a little detail there. So now I can go back. I can go to d4 actually for knight d4 check. Might be an idea to get the rook there. My pawn is, however, a little bit on its own. Could be a problem. Could be a problem. So I'm going to not misplace it or put it somewhere on the edge of the board. King there. Okay, go here. Now b4, in fact. Yeah, push the pawn. Passed pawns must be pushed. Yeah, 6 games to go. Yeah, it's not at all easy. Huh? Meeting some stiff resistance. So check here, and I have this c5 in between move. Yeah, here I was intending bishop h3, but it's kind of ridiculous, really. I mean, he will not take. If he takes, I'm going to win the king and pawn endgame. Should I still try that? It's kind of it's really a bit silly. Yeah, I can try that. Oh, now I get this check in, right? So how am I winning here? Maybe king to f8 or this immediately. Oh yeah, I'm actually promoting. Promoting the pawn is is usually a good thing to do. So let's do it. Let's just do it. So knight on e3 and bishop here is now covering this. So I can actually move the knight over here for possible g5, right? Yes. So he did not take. It was a silly try, I admit it. But you can try. Yeah? So here, if I go rook c1, bishop c4, there is no clear way forward. Yeah, my king is not playing. It took me a while to see that, actually. It's awkward. My king is not involved. Yeah, I should have probably played it differently, somehow. I don't know how exactly, but somehow differently. Okay, so here I'm going c5. And here, bishop here. It was a silly try there, really silly. So bishop e3, is this the simplest way, or... Yeah, I'm behind the pawn, so it should be the way to go. At the moment he cannot play rook b8. Yeah, rook a1, a5, difficult, but this is going to be a mate here. So I'm taking here, right? This is a nice one. Now d4 hangs and c6 is under attack. I definitely need some water here. Oh, he went to c4. Yeah, this is a long grind, this game. A really long grind. Okay, I'm definitely taking this one. How do I ever make progress in this position? As usual, it's difficult without the king. I cannot go king f1 here. That's really bad. Maybe this for knight e2, little trick. I don't know. I don't see a way to win at the moment. Okay, going to take. And here I can go over with the king a little bit, but it is still a total draw. Yeah, knight e2 to f4, yeah? Maybe it irritates him enough, but he has rook b7 on my pawn. This is not... It's not easy at all. My pawn is weak. It definitely is. Maybe b5. I can play b5 here. That's actually a good move. Trading those. a5. I have b6. I think. Yeah, that's a good move. Okay, so he's jettisoning, giving up one of his pawns. That's good news. And here, his rook here is hemmed in, so I'm going to switch there. Okay, so what is this actually? Knight here and king d2, right? Or is he kind of... Let's check this. If I go king d2, knight d3, Okay, I have to be a bit circumspect here, not rush things here. He has ideas to enter with bishop b5. That is clear. King d2 would be quite nice, but he has knight d3 f2. This kind of thing. It's kind of awkward. I can take his pawn, but then knight to f2. It's surprisingly difficult. And knight d2 is good. Knight d2 is good. Yes, c2, c3 maybe. Maybe. And this is coming with a check. I have to play at some point. Okay, knight takes, and I've gotten rid of this weakness. Yeah, well, as mentioned, this is not anything to write home about. Okay, attack the h5 weakness. And here, knight e5. Huh? Yeah, come on. It should win. He played a really solid defense, this guy. Books are nice. Yeah, this is probably a draw because of my bad king position. But I can still try, and I'm not the kind of guy to give up because it's late in the day. To be honest, I'm going to continue. Let me check. I'd like to... okay. Brownie Baker did resign. Thanks for the game. And here... this game also is over, yeah? So, and this one is also over. So we only have a couple of games left. Let's see here. This will be difficult simply because of my bad king and his active rook. Let's see. Is there some way to get the knight to f4? Probably not. Also as knight to bishop to e4. Yeah, not easy. What can I do? I can try to get the knight c2 e1 g2 f4. It's very elaborate. Tja, I don't see something really clear cut here. It looks like a draw. It really does. Okay, running over here. Oh, he's giving this check, but I thought I can take next, right? Or even here, right? Just wait, just one moment here. This is also okay. So we have this straight here, and now probably c3. f5. f5 is a bit surprising. Now I can maybe try to get this in. I wouldn't, just one thing, I shouldn't have my bishop trapped or something. Bishop e8, king e7. Yeah, then bishop g6. It's not doing anything. Okay, so he's just moving his king up there. Knight d2, king b5, knight b1. Okay. And now I can try to get to f4. He did not need to allow that at all. Really not at all. So back here, right? Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I conceded one draw, which was not really really necessary, but he defended this very tenaciously. This was the Retty Gambit, where I had this weird material distribution. Yeah, and this is not looking good. I made huge progress here. So. And there's rook e6 mate, this kind of business. I think I should enter here now. Yeah, he did not really, yeah, let's say react to my idea. Okay, bishop c8 might be on. Rook c7, huh? This bishop is... You don't see so often that a bishop is dominating a knight, but sometimes it does. Yeah, here I really made a huge progress. Maybe I can do something in this game. I was really thinking this is a draw, but he kind of... He placed stuff a bit awkwardly. Yeah, maybe he's still holding here. Okay, and here, this is the key move. Get the knight to c3. Yeah, I don't want to put it on a light square, but I probably have to. Okay, so let's see. He's still kind of holding things together. Hard to believe, but it is the case. I still cannot really use the king that much. Amazing how tough this is to break down. I mean, I can go rook d8, h8, stuff like that. Don't see a win at the moment. Okay, so take here. That's a relatively good defense here. He's getting rid of his weaknesses. Takes, check, king b5, king c3, a5. Yeah, that's a good defense. It still might be a draw. King c3. Not totally sure here. If I should play king c3 or should take. Take. Not really sure what to do. Takes. Don't. I'm not sure about it, not at all. Yeah, there are comments about my shiny head. Yeah, it's really a little bit about the light, the lighting, the lights here. It's not that shiny. It's not that I polish it or anything. It's it kind of comes with the lights here. So yeah, trying to force some kind of decision. If he goes back to g7 to prevent rook h6, I'm going to regroup the knight to d4. Yep. Regroup the knight to d4. Yeah, and here, that's quite interesting. Kind of dominating. Yeah, now I get in this a5, h4, a4, a5. That's good to get in. He's very close into a Zugzwang. King b6, a5, I'm going back and I'm going in b5. Then I'm going to win this endgame. No, that's not going to work. No, that should lose. I don't think that should hold. Oh, so he's going for some kind of active defense. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm in this mating net type of thing. But is it really working? If I take it with the knight and he's checking me, king h2, then yeah, okay. Bishop to e4, but I have a check and I can go back to the first rank. Yeah, so this is what I have to do. I think this should lose. Oh, my opponent offered me a draw. I don't have sound on, so I did not notice that. And now it's actually really too late. I might have accepted in an earlier moment, but so here. Yeah, this endgame is now tricky. He has 3 weaknesses, and 3 is a bit much. Okay, b5. Yeah, I have this check here, and then I will go back to the first rank. Tough. it netted me a pawn. My king is still not playing. So it's not really the kind of ideal endgame play. Yeah, I'm getting the d6 pawn. That's the big issue here in this endgame. He cannot defend it, and then everything falls. d6, e8, g7, and so on. My king is keeping everything here under control, the pawn and the bishop. So the knight will be the hero of the day, winning the whole black camp, let's say. Yeah, that was a very well defended game by black. Was equal for a very long time, but I don't think it was a good idea to put this piece on c4 to change the structure here, that a pawn came to c4. So I'm going to take here. Yeah, I will. Ah, yes, some counterplay. Just a little bit. Oh, he's immediately giving me a pawn. I don't know if that... Was it Zugzwang already? It's possible. I did not calculate it through. It should have been lost in any case, but I'm not totally sure. Okay, check here. And here I should spend this move here on king c3. Yeah, let's not allow any king b4 c3 business. This is a simple way to do it. And here I have to go back. Otherwise he's going with rook a1. But in this concrete position, I'm going to capture the h5 pawn. Here maybe as well, yeah. 2 games where probably h5 is going to fall at the end. Yeah, can just push forward here. Yeah, that was tough here. 3 hours of playing. Would have been nice to have a whitewash, but I had this draw. And there was this Benko gambit where I was in a big problems. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to alternate between the weaknesses. Bishop f3, e5, and he will ultimately not be able to defend c6, h5, and against the e-pawn. It shouldn't be possible. Oh, black resigned. Yeah, thanks for playing. This was a very tough game. It was a draw for a very long time. I'm sorry. I jumped. Okay. Sorry, I thought that I confused the games here. I can take here for knight e3, but this is probably the way to go. Knight e8, bishop g4, king c4. Yeah, that's the way to go. Maybe I can even just promote the pawn, by the way. Bishop g4, d6, and promotes. Yeah, it already promotes. No, he cannot even take. Yeah, so here I'm going to take the pawn. Two pawns is a bit much. Yeah, so I can promote here, right? Not talking nonsense here. d6, d7, d8. Yeah, so let's do that. Okay, going back here. So I'm glad to have won the 2 pawns, but how am I winning the game? This is a different matter. It really is. Okay, what I can do is I can put a knight on g2 to break the diagonal, but it's still not clear cut. Probably the knight is better on d4 in any case. With rook e2, yes, rook a2 maybe. Yeah. I knew it wasn't easy. Playing without the king is always a huge issue in the endgame. Oh, Sandro is saying 2 games to go. 2 games to go. I think it's just 1 game to go. The one at hand. I only see that one. Is there another game? I don't see one. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I just wasn't totally sure if I have some technical issue there, or I wasn't seeing the game. Okay. What to do here? Not easy. Maybe I should march the H pawn as a deflection. But I can go to E1, yeah. Maybe this is the way to do it. Walk to E1 and try from there. Yeah, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Yeah, I don't know. Is this a good result? Conceding 1 draw, and this game is certainly, I mean, unless I'm blundering the rook, I'm not losing this. You can invade with the king. That's an idea. King e4, f3. It's not doing that. Check is not going to do much good. Yeah, it's still very, very, very problematic. Tricky. Oh. Yeah, end games without the king are always a hassle. But somehow it didn't work out. I never got it in the game. Somehow. Yeah, the bishop, I really underestimated that when the bishop came there. Yeah. This threatens quite a lot. Knight c3, knight d4, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, maybe you can just repeat moves or something. Yeah, I have my doubts here. Maybe I can put the rook on f4 and knight on d4 and then move the king up. That would be nice, actually. That's a good setup. Rook d4, f4 to protect f2, and then knight, yeah, and then I can move the king. Interesting. That might be an idea. Someone says knight d3 check. Maybe I had this. Yeah, we have lots of time now. Yeah, 30-second increment. This is about comparable to to almost a regular classical time control game. The quick time control, the quick feeder time control. Yeah, we started with 60 minutes though, and not with 90. So it was almost classical time control. We are on for 3 hours and a couple of minutes. Quite the long haul, but yeah, my opponents played very well, I think. Very nice efforts in defense. Tja, he's in a slight problem now. This knight c3 is a threat, rook d4 is a threat. I'm not sure what he should do. Bishop c any bishop move runs into the knight check, so king f3, knight d4 is also not great. Maybe knight e2 was a good move. I don't know. It looks tricky. And some things he also cannot allow if he, let's say, I don't know, rook c2. I go knight d4 for the trade of knight against bishop, which also will win. Yeah, someone writes to me, I need to go to the store and get the strongest, coldest beer I can find. Nah, I have something. I have something at home. I don't need to go to a store. Let's see. How am I going to do that now? So let's see. This rook g4 idea, I like it. It's difficult to get into action. Knight d4, I don't know. It's really difficult to play. Yes, bishop f3 as a possible move. So let's do that. Yeah, I have a Guinness ready for after this. Yeah, but after this event, believe it or not, I have to work a little bit. Going to prepare for a game of tomorrow in the Dutch league, in the first league in the Netherlands, or it's the Meesterklasse, the master class. We are in big trouble, my club, so have to be well prepared. My idea is rook c2, breaking the second rank domination of the rook. Knight takes f5 wasn't convincing because of bishop f3, I believe. Oh, he's trying to break free here with all might, but I don't think it's going to work. Isn't knight e2 now rather good for knight c3 and he has knight e2. Knight e2 looks very good, but he has got king f3. Is this a big issue or not? King f3, knight c3, rook f2, knight d5, g3. It is kind of tricky. It's still kind of tricky, believe it or not. Yeah, so what is going on here? King f3, is this really still a move? I mean, okay, I don't have to play knight e2, but it looks very, very, very obvious. Guys, please don't give hints to me. I mean, I don't read it so quickly anyway, usually, but it's not a good idea to give hints. So knight e2, king f3, knight c3, rook f2, knight d5, g3. It's really not so clear. It's really not clear. Hard to believe. So how am I going to win this then? Then if knight e2 is not totally clear, as hard as it is to believe. What is his idea? G3, yeah? G3 is the move. I cannot even repeat moves. Rook c2, check, king e2. I don't see a totally clear win. This rook f... wait, I have this thing. Nah, it's not working. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see a clear win with this. It's kind of strange. I mean, I have moves like rook c2 or h5 that might win, but it's kind of strange that there is that knight e2 seems to be not entirely clear, but it's probably my own failure of calculation. Rook f2 then, knight d5 and g3. It's really not working. Yeah, I don't know. I needed to play a move at some point. Yeah, we're in for the very long haul here. Okay, played that quickly. That wasn't worrying me that much, to be totally honest. I have f3 now. Takes, knight takes. And this looks very clear, actually. Can pre-move for the first time in this simultaneous display. I get this bind lifted. Yeah, that should be over now. It's 3 pawns and my pieces are playing, all of them. He has no check. And my direct threat is... I thought knight g5, but... Okay, he's got bishop d1, maybe. I see. I see. So, have to be a little bit circumspect. Let's give this check. So rook is hanging. Here, is there a way to keep the h4 pawn? I'm not sure about that. Maybe not. Oh wait, rook h2. I shouldn't blunder into rook h2. It's been a while this session, so shouldn't blunder with very simple stuff. Rook h2. Okay. Yeah, I feel that 3 hours straight is a bit long. Bishop d5, rook c5 would be nice, losing the bishop. Let's put this here. And finally want to use this king in the game. It's really been, it's time to use it. Tja, 3 pawns. There are not many endgames with 3 pawns that are not winning, and this is really winning. He can take h4, but then I'm getting rook c5 and e4. Everything start falling into places very nicely. Okay, so e4 or rook c5, it's no big difference, I think. f5 looks good for rook g6 or just e5. Very often knights are pretty decent in helping the pawns to promote. Now he has very little that he can do. Rook h1 maybe for some checks on f1 or so. Yeah, that's a relatively best try. If I go e5, he has e5, bishop d5 check. Yeah. Can still screw it up. Okay, let's have a look there. Is there a direct way to do it? I'm checking here on c7. Yeah, it's actually good, right? King f6, king f4, rook h4. Can still blunder this. Okay, I can still blunder the whole thing. I wanted to go here. I'm not sure if this is the most precise way to do it, but it should be okay. Yeah, that is actually quite true. Yeah, I can go rook g7, so rook f1, king g4 is at the end a winning king and pawn endgame. Okay, so king f5, yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah. A bit imprecise, this business. Yeah, that is a winning endgame. So this is going to end with a win, fortunately. Yeah, my critical square is e6 or any of the 6 rank squares, and I'm getting there. Hey, someone is joining this stream and says, who streams chess? Nerd. What can I do? It's what I do. I'm doing this for 25 plus years. I'm still having fun with it. Okay, yeah, well, black has to play king d7 or f7, and anyway, going to promote the pawn now. 101 moves, very tough fight. Very, very tough. So I'm calling this. This will be a win, fortunately. So I conceded one draw. I think it's yeah. I didn't get a draw for here, right? Yeah, I think it was a really good fight by Black here. He had good chances for a draw for a very long time. Yeah, this is really resignable. I'm going to. Yeah, he does. He says gracias. Yeah, thanks for playing Paulie V. Paulie V, I think this might be the way it is pronounced. Don't know. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a bit bumpy at the beginning with the switching boards because, well, it was my first Simul, so my experience was 0. But I think it worked out really well. To be honest, I couldn't do much chatter and things. It was really a tough job, all those games. It was tough to do, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun, and I hope I'm going to do it. Yeah, maybe next month again, or maybe a banter blitz. We'll see what we're going to do. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back with. I'll be back next Monday. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.